everybody. In this video, I'll show you the most efficient farm for you to be able to power through your vitality skill, your melee combat skill, and your range combat skill. What you're gonna need is to locate the hive biome. You're gonna need to locate this hive biome, and if you don't know where it is, what you can do is to kill the glurch boss, the slime boss, which was located up here for me. It should be somewhere around your world by within like 100 tiles or something, and then you will get its heart. You place it into this statue right here, and then one of these scanners is the hive mother scanner. The hive mother scanner is what is living inside of this biome, which is what you need to locate. If you've already killed the hive mother, what you're gonna need to do is to get yourself 500 ancient coins. You're gonna need to talk to this NPC right here. If you don't have him, you number one need to kill the worm first. If you have killed the worm, no, if you have killed the hive mother before the worm, then that's impressive. But either way, you're gonna need to kill the worm first. You're gonna get yourself this mysterious idol, which you're gonna need to put in a habitable room, and then you're gonna get this NPC. From this NPC, he will be selling this hive mother summoning idol, which is what you're gonna need to respawn the hive mother, since you're gonna need her alive for this farm to work. The other things that you're gonna need for this farm is around it's between 0 to 100 spike traps, which you can make for 1 tin each at a workbench. And you're gonna need yourself a sturdy pickaxe, because you're gonna be mining a bit through a biome and the walls are pretty hard to break. And a shovel, because you're also gonna need a shovel to dig up the ground in the biome, and I will show you why in a second. For weapons and tools for the farm, for like actually grinding the farm, weapons, armor, accessories, and skill trees, you also want to turn off the soul of Azeus. I will explain you why. We'll get back to all of this later on, after I've shown you how you can build a farm. After you either find the hive mother herself or her pedestal, you either place down the hive mother summoning tool on it to just spawn the hive mother. She won't attack you and is completely passive as long as you don't hit her at all. If you do hit her, you will initiate the fight and you will start fighting. The first thing you want to do to start building the farm is to see where each of these small egg creators, or whatever you want to call them, they are, because you are going to be at the edge. You're going to make an arena around her, which I will show you how you can do, and each of these things you want to be as close to you as possible, while also being outside of hive mother's spitting range. You start by seeing, okay, I have 2 up here, and then another 3 at the bottom here. Another option would be to have it on the right side here, but I think that it looks closer having it on the bottom here. So to get started with building the actual arena around the hive mother, you want to start shoveling at the very edge of the arena. You're not able to shovel inside of the arena, so you will know exactly how far out you will need to shovel. So you just shovel as close as possible with cleaning up the corners like this. If there's a corner somewhere, you want to mine that up and make sure that was unnecessary to mine right there, so that's my bad. But you want to, if this was to be filled in, for example, and you're just mining as close as possible like this, you want to make sure you remove this and let the corners be clean. The reason for this is because after a new patch, they made it so that the worms, the larvas that the boss spawns, actually wants to come and break walls so they can get to you. So we need to isolate them and make a small funnel for them to get to you, and you'll be able to funnel them from there. Once you're done digging out the tiles around the hive mother, you have isolated the entire arena around her. What you want to do is to start building a small bridge, either of stone bridges, or you can use a lot of hive grounds. I recommend using the hive ground. I mean, you do have infinite of it right now. But anyways, you want to dig out through 4. You want to make a bridge sticking out 4 tiles from the actual arena, And around this bridge you want to make sure it's a complete void. There's like this is a funnel for the mobs where they're gonna be standing and just looking at you kind of, so you want to make sure it's just nowhere for it to access you. Once you've dug out the bridge, the funnel for the mobs, what you want to do is to go on the outside of the arena. You can just put in a temporary bridge. You won't need to get back in here at all, so you can remove the bridge afterwards. And you want to just make yourself a nice pass, not a pass, a nice path on the outside of the arena, so you can easily get to the spot of your choice, being able to drag the most mobs as possible. Now that we're made it to our location, you just want to continue digging a little bit further, making it so you're able to see mobs on the edge of this path that you just made, the funnel. And you want to start filling everything on this outside here with spikes, making it so that if you do walk on the outside, the spikes will actually eat up the acid that the hive mother shoots at you, and you will only need to dodge the initial impact of the acid, and it won't like go on the ground like it's doing right there. Okay, so now that we have filled everything in with spikes, all you need to do right now is just to run back. You want to dig out in the very middle of the funnel here. You want to dig out a 5-tile small room right here. And then this is where you need to stand to be able to de-aggro the boss. This is only when you want to stop farming and you want to walk out, or you want to go in and do some maintenance on the arena. You just dig up 5-block hole at the back of your AFK spot, and you just sit here for about 10 seconds, and then you should de-aggro the boss. Now that we have filled in the spikes on the side here, all you need to do is really to get the hive mother angry at you. This is optional, but what you can do is to shoot her down until she's like half HP, because the lower she is, the faster she will spawn the mobs. So I would just get her down to half HP, and then I'll show you what's next. So after you have reached half HP on her, she will then enter the enraged state. And then what you want to do is to just walk all the way down to your AFK spot, or on the left or right, depending on where you built it. Also on top could be an option. And you want to start whacking on the mobs with your preferred weapon of choice. So before I get into the weapons, the armor and the accessories, I need to explain to you that there's 2 problems with this farm. And that is that when you're sitting there, they actually have a chance of jumping through the wall, like over the hole that you have. Sometimes they like to hop over it, making it so that you will eventually die if that happens to you. So the first problem is survivability. There are 2 main things you can do about this, and 2 main sets. The first being your armor. Okay, you can go with either armor, or you can go with more of a dodge build. I prefer the armor build, which have lasted me 4 hours in the farm, because before I showed you how you can build this, I actually built it myself, filled in everything just so I could show you guys how you can build it for yourself. And the armor build goes like this. You can either, I recommend using either iron armor. You can then use scarlet if you would want to use scarlet armor. And then the accessories could be the Azios big necklace, which you can get from killing Azios in the wilderness. The clout ring, which you can get from killing Hive Mother herself, and the ring of rock. Right, they may or may not be a better armor ring, but I did choose the ring of rock just because it was easy. I had plenty of them before I salvaged them into iron, and they should be fairly easy. You just need to go in the stone biome and just mine them around. For these skills, what I recommend and what I've chosen is for both sets, either armor or dodge. Doesn't matter. You want to, in the running skill, you want to get balanced stance, making it so you get 25% more dodge chance, so you can easily get you will easily stay alive. The second thing you want to do is inside of vitality. You want to work yourself down to staying alive, and then the second thing you want to go for is the healing potency. So as you're leveling yourself up, you want to choose this one and go over healing potency to maximize the time you're able to stay alive. And then for the crafting skill, you want to go down to high quality equipment, making it so that your armor can last for longer. And then further down the road, you can either choose industry specialist or blacksmith, doesn't matter, though I recommend blacksmith if you're gonna sit there for long periods of time and you want to repair. And then you will need to go for unbreakable, which is gonna give you armor the lower HP you have. Now for the dodge build, if you're going with melee, what you want to do, if you're leveling up your melee, what you want to do is to get yourself the hunter hood and the hunter cloak, which you can kill by killing those small bush cavelings inside of the Azios wilderness. They have a small chance of dropping these, so you might be looking for a little bit. Another option for the dodge build is going with full caveling hood. If you're going with hunter hood, you also want the caveling pants. But if you're going for the more cheap and easy to get version, you can get just the full caveling set. For the accessories, what you want is something called the guppy necklace. It's a necklace that you can fish up in this dirt biome, the biome around your core. You will have a chance of fishing up a small necklace that gives you about 6 to 7% dodge chance. For the rings, what you want to do is to go and kill the slime boss until you have either 1 or 2 of these melting crystal rings. I recommend having 1 of these crystal rings and then 1 cloth ring, just so in case you do get hit, you will be able to just hit the mobs and you will heal back up the HP that has gone through your dodge. Another thing you want to, if you do choose to go over the dodge build, another option, this is not required, but you can work yourself down to 15 skill points, and then you put them into studied patterns, and you should have a total of an extra 10% dodge chance, and you should be able to stay alive longer for the dodge build. The thing about leveling up your range combat is that it's gonna require you to actually have weapons with durability. So when you're farming ranged, those larvas actually have a chance to drop a grubsuka, either a grubsuka or a hand mortar, and that will start exploding everything around you. So basically, it will break your traps, it will kill them, all of the funnel mobs extremely fast. It will then start going past the mobs and start killing the boss itself, and you will just end up killing everything. And when you come back from your AFK session, you won't have much, everything will be dead, and you will just find like a chest from Hive Mother just laying there, and you won't really get much out of it. So what you can do to combat this is to get yourself a whole lot of tin. You want to get tin from the clay biome, and you want to craft yourself a lot of slingshots and just fill your inventory with the slingshots. Now for the melee weapon of choice, you want to go for a weapon that has fast attack speed, but also gives you enough reach to actually reach the mobs. So you cannot use daggers, that's why I have a tin dagger here, both low damage, and it will break fairly fast with 300 uses. It will, but it attacks, the main thing about this is that it attacks extremely fast. So you want to go with a regular copper sword for 6 copper. So again, starting up the farm, what you want to do is to just start hitting the boss with a ranged weapon. For higher speed of the boss, you want to get it down to half HP, getting down to enraged state, and you get into your AFK spot. After you've gotten it down to half HP, making it enraged, you just walk down to your AFK spot, you go into your controls, and in controls you want to set your left mouse button, aka just the attack, over to spacebar. What is previously bound to is the offhand, a button for using your offhand, basically your shield, if you have the feather, it will also be the button for you to be able to dash around the map. But you rebind it to spacebar, and what you want to do is to place an object on top of that spacebar sounding like this. I mean, I do have a toolbox on it right now, and what it will do is literally heal you for 6 every single time. It will constantly hit the mobs in front of you. They will die at the beginning until they've broken your weapon, but when it's broken, you will basically deal as much damage as your hand, which should not be more than 14-15 damage. If you learned anything from this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.